What's up, Planeswalkers? It's your boy K-Dog here for the FNM Historic Brawl event. So, of course, we're running mono black zombies. So, our commander is going to be Liliana, Untouched by Death. You can certainly look at one of the other Lilianas, but I don't like her because she is 4 mana, so it's going to be easier to recast if she dies soon after you cast her. And she gives us some immediate value, depending on the board state. If we want to cast her, we can kind of have her -2 and just kill something. So she's kind of a removal spell. And we have a couple of zombies that care about our graveyard. And then, of course, we want to wait until we can potentially get value off for -3 as well for against more grindier matchups. So just a lot of value here that synergizes with what we're trying to do. So we're running some of the best 1, 2, and 3 drop zombies with some nice top end here as well. But mostly concentrated in the 2 and the 3 drop slots, as you can see. So, of course, we got Cryptbreaker, Diregraf Ghoul, Dreadhorde, Dreadmalkin, Foulmire Knight. Just the versatility is pretty sweet. Liliana Steward can be nice in certain matchups as well. And the Supplier is one of our zombies that can help us fill our graveyard for the couple of zombies that do care about that. Cast down and eliminate for some removal. Cemetery Recruitment to get a creature back from our graveyard to our hand. And as a zombie, we get to draw a card, and everything in our list is a zombie except for one card. We got the Eternal Taskmaster, which also brings creatures back from our graveyard to our hand. Khenra Eternal is one from Amonkhet, just a kind of a vanilla 2/2, however it has Afflict 1, so even if it's blocked, it's going to deal 1 point of damage, so that's pretty sweet. Lazotep Reaver, of course, kind of helps us go wide a little bit. Triumph, obviously a nice upside if we have a Liliana Planeswalker, which we're running 3 of. Mire Triton fills up our graveyard. Graveyard Marshal, another way for us to kind of get value out of our graveyard. Liliana's Devotee is our 1 non-zombie, but it gives our zombies +1/+0, and we can pay 2 to make 2/2 zombie tokens if a creature died that turn. Liliana's Elite is our graveyard payoff here. It's a 1/1 for 3, but then it gets +1 for each creature card in our graveyard. Standard Bearer can draw us the cards when creatures die. Lord of the Curse, of course, for the Lord effect. Midnight Reaper, additional card draw. Rewarding Regisar because, it's a big old 7/6 beater. Death Baron is our other Lord. Murderous Rider, of course. Morning Icon of Ancestry, another Lord effect on an artifact. Also, let's dig 3 cards deep, looking for creatures of the chosen type, which are going to be zombies, of course. And we're running 24, I believe, total zombies. 23 zombies, 24 creatures. So pretty likely that we're going to hit there. Price of Fame, I think, is kind of auto-clued in the Brawl format for removal. Josu Vest is fantastic in the late game. You can kick it for 10 mana and have a 4/5 along with 8 2/2 zombie tokens, all with Menace. It's pretty insane. Liliana's Reaver, 4/3 Death Touch, deals damage to a player. You gotta make a 2/2 zombie token after they discard. And Waker of the Dead also makes each player discard a card. Since we're pretty aggro low to the ground, we don't really care about this. We're gonna wait until we're pretty much empty-handed anyways, and we cast this, and then whatever our opponents hold up for removal, or their expensive Planeswalkers or other shenanigans that are big X spells maybe, we'll make them discard it before they get value off of it. And if they're also another aggro deck, then we just make them lose to life because they don't have any cards in their hand. Also removal here with the -3 since we do have a little bit of graveyard synergy. Bontu 5/6 can draw us cards potentially if we want to sacrifice a couple things, but not sure how often we're actually going to take advantage of that. Gruesome Menagerie, pretty sweet in this list because we have lots of 1, 2, and 3 cost creatures. For 5 mana, we get 1 of each of those mana slots back straight to the battlefield. Death's Majesty, +1 to make a zombie token and fills our graveyard. Or we can get a creature card back from our graveyard onto the battlefield, and it's a zombie, which is probably going to be a zombie anyway. And we can -7 to destroy all non-zombie creatures, so basically a one-sided board wipe. So Liliana, Death's Majesty can be pretty amazing here in this list. Mastery, of course, makes a couple 2/2 zombies. And all of our zombies get +1/+1, so lots of Lord effects. Gem Palm Pleader can be a way for us to kind of finish off our opponents by cycling this for 2 mana and then have it deal 1 damage equal to the number of zombies on the battlefield. So if our opponent happens to be running some zombies as well, then there you go. And of course, Liliana Dreadhorde General makes zombie tokens and draws us cards when creatures die. So fantastic if the game does kind of drag on. And we have Gruesome Menagerie and Liliana are Untouched by Death. Then get creatures back from our graveyard, so if we do have to -4 to get some stuff on our opponent's side, we don't really care. Running just the basic 24 lands. We're pretty heavily concentrated in the 1, 2, and 3 drops. So if we're stuck on 3 lands, we don't really care too much because we have ways of still getting value and some card draw here, of course, with Midnight Reaper and Liliana's Standard Bearer. So 24 lands feels pretty reasonable, so we can fit as many spells and other things as we can. 1 Bazooka Bog for decks that care about their graveyard. Exile our opponent's graveyard, cast a Locked Away, of course, from a card draw, and then If No Deadlands is like a We have to pay life for black mana, but that's fine because we're aggro list, and it can be kind of removal or pseudo removal, kind of a nerf our opponent's bigger threat to give it 2 -1/-1 counters. So pretty sweet utility land. All right, that's the deck. We'll jump into some matches. See how it goes. All right, up against Siona, Captain of the Pyleas. That's a pretty awkward hand, so we'll bottom it. I guess we'll keep this. It's a nice curve, 1, 2, 3. Have the Price of Fame here for some removal as well. And I got our 4th land as well for Liliana. Our opponent with a bunch of enchantments that could definitely outvalue us here. We don't really have ways of dealing with enchantments. In mono black, of course. Alright, they just dropped their Siona. I think we go ahead and kill that. Get the Surveil. 2 swamps. Keep 1. And we're up to 4 lands. We don't have any reason really to keep lands. We'll bottom. See if we can take it for something else. Alright, obviously it's an enchantment deck. You just want to keep them off of creatures as much as possible. As long as they have creatures out, they have targets to enchant. And waiting for them to untap with season growth means they just have it. They still get it's a cast trigger for the card draw, so it's better just do it now. So they do find a Destiny Spinner. And an All-Side. It's pretty nice recovery. So we have to try to outrace them somehow. They do have the lifelink online though. So we'll see how that goes. So Liliana, they can now -3 with 3 zombies out. If we find a 1-drop zombie, then they'll be -4. We'll see what they go for here. They might not want to enchant All-Sade since that's their sack fodder for protection. Parachute guarantees they have the Siona next turn if they want. Okay, they're just going to 2-drop a land. And they still have 1 mana open to play this Glaring Aegis, but they want to save it. I think we actually want to get rid of that All-Sade. If they kill our Liliana, we don't really care. But we'll just swing these two, leave our Lord back. Okay, that's good enough. I guess they putting too much pressure on them, which is what we need to be doing. Alright, up against Zakama. So some Naya dinos. Definitely need to be quick on the draw here to get under the big bad Zakama. A bunch of 2-drops we'll keep. It's a pretty aggressive start. Just hope our opponent's maybe just trying to ramp or something. 0-3. That is not what we want to see. Okay, so we'll lead on the Graveyard Marshal. Compass is nice value in the late game. Alright, so we'll go Death Baron, and then we'll follow it up with turn 4, a couple 4-drops, and go from there. Probably not going to block. Nope. Oh, they're stuck on white. I need 3 mana to activate the Compass to tutor up another basic. Scuttlement. Okay, I guess just another ramp source. They're not going to block the Death Baron, but just to be safe, we'll hold it back. Now, ideally, we hit a land drop here, and we can Liliana's Mastery. That should close out the game. If they're running these creatures, I doubt they're playing too many sweepers. They could be. I mean, Zakama's pretty expensive, so they might need maybe a Shatter or a Wrath of God or something. Some kind of a way to reset the board. Zakama is 9 mana for 9/9 of Vigilance, Reach, Trample. That's pretty suspect. They've got mana open and they do not do anything. Alright, we'll send we'll send the Eternal. Oh, collected in a Zakama deck? Yeah. What are you gonna accompany your mana dorks? I mean, there are some decent dinos you could run, like Ranging Raptors. 2/3 for 3 that lets you tutor up basic lands. Alright, definitely want to play around and settle there. But they were just holding up collected company. That's not what I was expecting. Traveler's Amulet. Okay, so no settle the wreckage here. Oh no, they have the Scuttlebutt. No, they still have 4 mana open, so they could still have settle. Scuttlebutt tapping for any color. Well, if we Liliana, we can minus, and now they don't have mana anymore.
I just surrender right. You would be more useful in the grave.
It's like our 2 smallest. No more worrying about settle the wreckage. Draw some cards. Swing for is that lethal? Wonder if they had settle, or they just had too many expensive spells, missing lands. We'll take it. Zakama is pretty scary once it gets online. Okay, against Broncos. It's a little slow with the 5 and the 6 drops here, so I think we'll actually mulligan. I'm not sure how we end up with the Steward and Liliana again, but we do have a cast down and a Reaper, so we'll keep it. Certainly not interested in going down to 6 cards. Wall of Ruin, so that 4 toughness is going to be pretty obnoxious. So might just have to fire off this cast down just to make sure we can get through for damage. Let's see what their follow-up is though. Polywog Symbiote. That's obviously a little bit better target. And since we can't attack, I think we'll go ahead and force the discard. I could have waited maybe the next turn to do Midnight Reaper and then draw a card off of it, but... Alright. Eat to Extinction. So get some removal out of their hand, that's pretty reassuring. But yeah, maybe waiting until next turn to get the Midnight Reaper value would have been better. Typhoid Rats. Alright. Yeah, just to be mana efficient, I think we'll play our Reaper. Probably gets killed though. See if they have a mutate creature here. They're gonna mill me 4 cards just because. Yeah, you can get me for 1. You got it. So they got all these 4 toughness creatures, pretty annoying. Here, they'll just get the Taskmaster down for now. Can't really attack through those walls just yet. We would have some nice Lord effects. I think we just milled one though. Yep, Mastery was milled. Opponent being super aggressive with his 1/1 since they have these 0/4s. No reason not to, I guess. guess we'll just go for the uptick until we can get some more creatures online. Can attack through these 0/4s, so that's going to buy our opponent tons of time to get online with their plan. Ideally here, they just attack with their rats. We block, play Liliana 6 and minus, and make them sack these 2 walls. And eventually we can get some value out of this Liliana, but no, they go for the mutate. We cannot kill it. We can kill that though. Yep, put it back in our command zone. Draw a card. All the lands. Alright, we'll reset the board here. Draw another card. 2 cards actually. There we go. Of course it's a swamp and a 1-drop. That's perfect. That is absolutely amazing. Alright, make a 2/2. Play Liliana. Play you. And we'll plus. Alright, we're back to 25, opponent down to 21. We're at 32 cards, so it's going to be a little bit mindful of. I have a ton of mana, so we can get some value off for -3. They played the Sea Dasher Octopus at sorcery speed. Gotta love that. Could have a flyer here, but I think we'll just keep going wide. And man. Let's attack. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Ram through. Just to get rid of a 1/1. Cool. Draw me a card. We'll take it. Waker of the Dead. You can get rid of the last card as well. That's pretty sweet. Let's get rid of that. Let's keep their board clear so they can't mutate. Play you. Play you. Got our Liliana Tribal online. Discard your last card. It was a Khenra's Transformation. You're in Sultai, but you're running Khenra's Transformation? I think I'd rather just run some straight up removal like Heartless Axe or Eliminates. We already saw the Eat to Extinction. Vraska's Contempt. Of course, we got the Murderous Rider. Takes out Liliana 6. And they can't really do anything else. We'll play the Deadlands in case we need that. Do we play the Regisaur? Sure. Let's play the Regisaur. We can minus, but then we lose our Liliana. We'll just keep plussing. Alright. Nothing discard, so they take 3 down to 5. And then we get our Lord effects online, and they are dead if we after we -3. So yeah, pretty sweet matchup. Things kind of worked out for us. All right, against Nissa, who shakes the world. Cannot wait for her to rotate. Obviously not as busted in Brawl, but she can still do some pretty nasty things. But so can Liliana, so we'll see what happens. Do have a pretty decent curve here. Obviously want to hold this rider probably for the Nissa. And we can attack with the 0/2, so we'll go ahead and make you discard. Death's Majesty is pretty sweet. rid of Vivian 3. Curious to see what direction they took their mono green list. Reading Mire Triton. Okay. Let's go ahead and fire this off, get rid of that, since they're not playing anything else. Let's go ahead and attack first, but I do want to get this, I should have made a food token there. We don't want to take the ramp away from them. Not in any hurry to play this Rotting Regisaur either, especially now that we have this Liliana 5 and we're stuck on 3 lands at the moment. I'd like to hold this Murderous Rider for a Nissa, unless we absolutely have to kill something else, like a Questing Beast maybe. In that case, we'd have the Regisaur that can block and trade with that. There's our 4th land. In that case, yeah, we'll just play our Liliana 4 here. That way we can save the Rider and the Regisaur. Opponent is really weighing their options here. All they have is this food token. I don't imagine they have too much else. Acting like they're playing mono blue over there, letting everything resolve or not resolve. Alright. I'm down to 19. We're up to 29, so we have a little bit of a cushion if we fall behind for some reason. Let's go ahead and cycle. We'll hit them for 1, but we do get to draw a card. There we go. Is there a 3-drop? We have a Death Baron in there. We'll stay back and protect our Liliana. Alright, so we got Death Majesty ready to come down next turn. Nothing too sexy to get back from our graveyard. I think we'll just plus. Well, we'll plus this one first and see if we hit anything. Bontu is pretty decent. Sack a land. Josuves. Since they tapped out, we gotta hit them for 5. Down to 11. Rosethorn taps for double mana thanks to the Leyline, so they could play their Nissa if they want. And they do. Alright. So let's see, we have 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11. So they're dead here, unless they have a way to protect this forest. But we're gonna go for it. We have the minus on Liliana, and we have the Murderous Rider to kill it as well, and then we just swing lethal. And they're tapped out, so they can't even. Well, actually, they can sack the forest, tap the forest in response to sack the food, but they didn't miss one of the triggers earlier, so not sure if they will catch it. So we're gonna go for it. We'll see if they sack this food, or if they concede, or if they just let it happen. Okay, so they weren't technically dead there because they could sack the food to gain some life. But yeah, not much going on from them. Seems kind of cute with the Leyline and the Rosethorn. You're in mono green. Is there a? I mean, there's Hydras, I guess, with Expel Hydras. I don't know if there's enough to run. Do we overemphasize the ramp package? But hey, we got there against the Nissas. Alright. I'll go ahead and wrap it up right there. It's a pretty strong showing from the deck. So just kind of your basic aggro tribal list with just enough removal. I mean, we have these nice lords that really help you out with the Icon, the Death Baron, Lord of the Cursed, and the Devotee. So we have 4 total lord effects, so even though we're in a singleton format, that's pretty sweet. And of course we have the Liliana's Mastery as well. And the Liliana Planeswalkers give us tons of value. They're very strong on their own. Some nice card advantage here with Bantu, the Midnight Reaper, and the Standard Bearer as well. All potentially drawing new cards, along with our Liliana being able to cast creatures from our graveyard. So pretty sweet little list. Obviously you can kind of tweak it here and there based on your collection and what your exact preferences are. But yeah, obviously the link will be in the description below since I kind of went over it pretty briefly. But yeah, felt pretty strong to me and should definitely give you a reasonable chance in most matchups. Even creature-based ones, you can certainly get a decent advantage as long as you get enough zombies in play. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, make sure you jank with a purpose.